Hi, everybody. Well, we went on a little outing today, and at first I wasn't too sure I wanted to go, but now I really am glad I went. We went to the bunny boutique that they have every year around this time up at the Missouri House Rabbit Rescue. And I didn't get to buy anything for Curtis or anything, which really hurt. But today is my friend's bunny Salerno's 5th birthday, so I bought him a present and sent it home with them, so that made me feel better. And I also bought a couple of little toys to donate in Curtis's name to the rescue bunnies. And I also took all of his open treats and some of his medications and leftover food and stuff up to the rescue, and one of the volunteers up there grabbed some of it right away, and that made me feel a little better seeing that, because seeing all his stuff going to the other bunnies and giving their little lives a good shot, it made me feel a little better. And I did get some stuff for myself. My friend spent more on Salerno, of course, but it was hard for her. This is her first time going without Olive being in her life, and she's used to buying 2 of everything, and this year she was only shopping for Salerno, and it was just kind of rough, but I'm really glad we went, because also talking to some of the other people up there, including our higher-ups, if a rescue has that type of thing, that my decision about Curtis and his quality of life was the right one, because they all were in agreement that there really wasn't anything that could be done. And I feel a little better about that, because I was really second guessing myself about the whole thing. And I guess that's just in our nature, but I probably still will, but I feel better about it right now. But we did get some stuff, so we're going to go through that. So we're going to start out with the new 2026 calendar, and here comes the party. Look at that. It's so cute. They did another similar style of the what do you want? They did a music theme for this year, and now it looks like they're doing it again this time. I love this one. Look at these babies. The kits are all right. Aww. That's so cute. The kits. That's so cute. But yeah, that's our new calendar. And look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. They had some really cute bunnies at the rescue, too. You get to see a couple of them in the videos. But yeah, this is the 2026 calendar. And you can see all the bunnies and band puns on there. Isn't that cute? I can't wait. So, yeah. I don't know, though. Before I agree to 2026, I'm going to need to read the fine print and see the terms and conditions, though. Anybody else feel that way? Ho, ho, holy crap, what a year. But yeah, this is kind of my little present to myself. I got several little items for retail therapy. And then they also have shirts, and I don't usually do long sleeves when I'm out and about because I get overheated, but around the house, and they're uncomfortable, and I tend to dip them into whatever I'm eating at the time. But I got this. Kind of is a sleep top, but it's a long sleeves. This is as Christmassy as it's going to get this year, people. Sorry, but look at that. I had to have that because look. Who's that? Yeah, I know, it's your buddy, isn't it? This is just so cute. And it's kind of a lightweight, silky fabric. It's not the kind I typically buy, but I'm going to use it probably mostly for around the house. Excuse the mess in the back. I haven't quite picked up yet. I have to pace myself. But it's going to feel really, really nice around here, because I don't know what happened, but ever since I got older, I just freeze constantly. I used to be just the opposite. I was hot all the time. But now, unless I'm out in a big crowd like today, I just freeze constantly. It's cold here already, and there's a wind, and I hate the cold weather. And anybody that knows me, if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I have borderline what they call like cryophobia, which is a fear of cold weather or cold. Well, obviously, I'm not scared of ice cream. I wish I was. But if any of you that have been following me for several years, you'll know there's something happened over Christmas, and I still don't want to talk about it. It was that bad. And I'm officially, I'm literally scared of the cold weather and ice. But I also, because I freeze all the time, and that's not much fun. But I got this. Look at that. That's Curtis right there. I had to have it. There was a sweatshirt too, but I didn't want to get. I thought this would be better because I can wear that. It's more versatile. But it's kind of going to be for an around here sleep top for the season. Because I just freeze. Used to be just the opposite. Now I just absolutely freeze. But I had to get that. It's really, really cute. I think I'm going to treat it really nice and wash it on delicate and hang dry too, because sometimes these decals are a little fussy. So we're going to take extra good care of that. I think I've got some sleep pants that are going to look good with that. And I did buy a couple of toys, but they didn't make it home. One of them was for Salerno for his birthday, and one was for two were to buy, and you could buy toys and put them in a little donation bin for the bunnies there. So I bought them and put them in the donation bins in Curtis's name so they could have something to chew on and play with. And like I said, it made me feel really good seeing his stuff. Some of the stuff they absconded with right away. Yeah. It was really good to see all his stuff going to be donated and everything. And now this, I was so happy. I've seen these on the Etsy shop, but the people were there today selling them in person, and I've bought from them before, and I love their items. But this is from a shop on Etsy called Bubble and Beam. They're not too far from us. I think they're in Illinois, Ohio. I don't remember. But anyway, they're right next door to us. But they actually had these in their shop. Yes. Oh my. Yes, the belly. Is it a trap? Yeah, you ham bone. But these are by Bubble and Beam. They're a little bit bigger than what I typically wear, but look at that. They are Californians. I had them on my favorites list on Etsy. I'll post the link for anybody. But they have several different kinds of bunnies. And like I said, they're a little bit bigger than what I usually wear, but I don't know, for the holidays and stuff, and just for running around, like up at the mall and stuff, they are going to be so cute. They'll actually look good with the green shirt from the rescue I wore today. I had to have those. But they've got several different breeds of rabbits. And they also have the Himalayan, where it has more brown or black on its face. And they also had the Californians with black markings. But Curtis was more of a dark brown. I used to think it was kind of black, but he's more of a dark brown. I used to call him Cocoa Nose all the time. It's got the glitter. They're just so cute. I just had to grab those when our leader up there said that the people from Bubble and Beam were there and they had Californian earrings. I just looked over my shoulder and yelled at my friend. I was like, bye! Took off, found their booth, and bought them right away. But these are so cute. And they're really well done. I've got Christmas earrings by them. And I think Valentine ones too. I don't remember. But yeah, I think so. Yeah. But they are so cute. So these cheered me up immensely. But yeah, this is just kind of a little mini haul. I just got a few things for myself and, of course, for the bunnies, but they got to keep those. So I've got the earrings, the calendar, and the shirt. So that made me feel a little better, and yeah, excuse the mess over there. I haven't had the energy to pick up all that just yet, but oh gosh. But yeah, it was bittersweet, but it was nice, and everybody was super kind. They all came up and told me how sorry they were and everything, and it was just, everybody was probably about as upset as I am, but these animals matter to me. You like the shirt, don't you? All right, you can hang out there for a little while. But yeah, it was just my little mini haul and cheered me up. But yeah, well, like I said, it gave me a little bit of closure, and it made me feel a little bit better about the whole thing, because yeah, I haven't quite felt like cleaning up his mess yet. It just kind of brings me a little comfort seeing it over there. I know he pulled hay everywhere, but that's just what he did. Anybody doesn't like it, stuff it. But yeah, I felt a little better, and it was nice. Don't like to get out for very long when it's cold like this. A, it's uncomfortable as heck, and B, I just deal with this horrible fear. But yeah, if you go back a while, you'll see the video on why I'm literally terrified of the cold weather and what happened. But yeah, you have to go back 2-3 years. But yeah, anyway, that's our little mini haul. Like I said, I haven't felt like picking that up yet. I just can't. It makes me feel like he's still around somehow. But that is our little mini haul. I'm gonna get the shirt washed up so I can just kind of wear that. So I think it'll bring me some comfort around the house. I've been avoiding the living room a lot lately because that's where he was. But hopefully soon we will have another little friend as soon as everything gets worked on around here. But all right, Phoenix, I'll leave that there for you. We'll do everything else later. All right, everybody. Well, take care and stay warm. Wake me up in the springtime. All right. Well, that's it for now. Everybody have a great whatever. Bye. Doot, doot, doot.